Regular Show. In my opinion, one of the greatest Cartoon Network shows in the last 5 years. Its simplistic art style and all-rounded humor made it a fun watch on any day. But after years and years of being on air, the show lost its touch and became more of a generic cartoon instead of staying true to its uniqueness. Regular Show is a cartoon about two friends, Mordecai and Rigby, who, when easily bored of their work, set out to do something fun, almost always resulting in some supernatural catastrophe that they now need to fix. In one episode, Mordecai and Rigby set out to get their boss Benson a grilled cheese from Cheezers, but to avoid waiting in the long line, they lie and say that they're astronauts. One thing leads to another, and they end up needing to save the space compound from annihilation from unstable antimatter. A job as simple as getting a grilled cheese from a fast food joint turned into a life or death scenario. This is what I love about Regular Show. There's always the unexpected. You never know how the duo will mess things up and how they'll fix it in the end. The show is great because it has two sides to it. The fun and not too serious side, where all the supernatural occurrences happen, such as the giant monsters attacking the park, bowling against death and some big-headed babies, or fighting animatronic bears for some fuzzy dice. But the show also has a serious side, where you can see the problems faced in the everyday lives of two 23-year-olds, and how they cope with these, such as trying to ask a girl out on a date, handling the boredom of monotonous work, making friendships, dealing with awkward interactions, etc., etc. What else makes the show good is the subtlety of the humor. Because this is a Cartoon Network show, and not on a network like Adult Swim, the humor employed in the show has to be much more subtle.
The balls drop?
This forced the creators to be more creative with their dialogue, and turn the characters into their own personalities. The show accommodates to a wide variety of audiences because of its two-sided nature. Each episode has a serious and a fun side. It can be watched simply to wind down and seen simply for what's on screen, or it can be viewed for the deeper meaning that the characters put across. The show really nailed it in terms of being a show for younger viewers and older ones. It catered to a wide demographic. A show like this, I would give a solid 8.5 out of 10. But then there was season 8. Here is when the show really lost its touch. The formula that was so perfect, Mordecai and Rigby, while doing something normal, somehow, someway end up in a huge supernatural disaster, and they're forced to clean it up. In this season, none of that happens. There's no realism to the episodes as there was before. Now, Mordecai and Rigby are living in outer space, on a space station, and so everything they do is out of the blue, weird and wacky, right off the bat. Our characters are no longer facing normal problems, but now facing outer space problems. It no longer had the two-sidedness anymore, and only shifted to one side, the weird, wacky, and funny side. Not that this is bad, but the show had built a reputation for having a two-sided nature, and now removing it, the show really just became like every other cartoon out there. The season did have a little bit of plot to it, about Pops being the savior of the universe, but really that doesn't resonate with the audiences. The season seems to have been targeted at a much younger demographic, as a lot of the serious themes present in the previous 7 seasons were missing in this one. This really let me down. No longer was I excited for each new episode to come out, because I wasn't really intrigued as to what wacky scenario the duo would encounter. Despite season 8 not being as good, the show overall is still amazing. You can sit down and watch any episode any day and you'll have a good time. Because of this, including season 8 in the end, I would give Regular Show a solid 7 out of 10. A great watch for kids and teenagers and even adults. Not many shows nowadays can say they cater to such a wide audience, and because of this, I think this show is one of the greatest.